heart rate zone training. The key to healthier, happier running. Heart rate zone training is a way of pacing your runs based on how fast your heart is beating. In simple terms, your heart rate goes up as you run faster or work harder. Different heart rate zones correspond to different intensity levels, from an easy stroll to an all-out sprint. By understanding these zones and training smartly within them, runners of all ages and levels, including older adults and beginners, can improve their health, fitness, and well-being. This report will explain what the zones are, how they affect your body, and how to use them in a weekly running routine for maximum health benefits. We'll keep it friendly and simple. Think of it like having a chat on a nice jog. Let's dive in. Heart rate zones explained. When you exercise, your heart works harder to pump blood and oxygen to your muscles. Heart rate zones are just ranges of how fast your heart is beating relative to your maximum heart rate that indicate how intense your effort is. There are typically 5 zones, often labeled zones 1 through 5, ranging from very light effort to maximum effort. Here's a breakdown of each zone in everyday terms. Zone 1, very easy, 50-60% of max HR. This is a super light effort. Think of a relaxed stroll or brisk walk. You could maintain this pace for a long time and carry on a full conversation. You might even sing a tune without getting winded. It's often used for warm-ups, cool-downs, and recovery because it's so gentle on the body. About 85% of the calories burned in this zone come from fat, but overall calorie burn is low since the intensity is low. Zone 2. Easy aerobic 60-70% of max HR. This is a light jog pace, the kind of running where you could chat with a friend while jogging comfortably. You're breathing a bit faster, but still in control, needing only occasional pauses in conversation to take a breath. Zone 2 is often called the endurance zone or base pace because training here builds your aerobic endurance. Your body mainly uses fat for fuel in this zone, which helps improve your fat-burning ability and overall stamina. You can sustain Zone 2 for a long time. It should feel pleasant and relaxed enough that beginners and older runners can spend a lot of time here safely. In fact, if you're just starting out or getting back into exercise, your Zone 2 might even be a fast walk, and that's perfectly okay. Zone 3, moderate 70-80% of max HR. Now we're getting into a more moderate effort, like a steady run where you're working but not all out. In Zone 3, talking in full sentences becomes difficult. You might get out a short phrase, but you'd rather not chat much. This is often around your threshold pace, comfortably hard. Your body starts to use more carbohydrates for energy along with fat. Zone 3 runs can improve your aerobic fitness and the efficiency of your heart and muscles at using oxygen. However, if you spend too much time in this middle zone without enough easy running, it can lead to fatigue or a plateau in improvement. That's why coaches recommend balancing Zone 3 workouts with plenty of Zone 2 easy runs. Zone 4, hard 80-90% of max HR. This is a high-intensity effort. Think of running a fast interval or a steep hill climb. You'll be breathing hard and possibly gritting your teeth to keep the pace. Talking is extremely limited, maybe a word or two at a time, if that. Zone 4 is tough to sustain for very long, usually just minutes at a time. Training in this zone pushes your lactate threshold, the point at which your muscles start to feel that burning fatigue, and improves speed and power. It trains your body to use carbohydrates more efficiently for quick energy and increases your ability to run faster for longer. Workouts here yield significant fitness gains. They can increase your anaerobic endurance and condition your heart and muscles to handle a higher level of effort. Zone 5. Very hard 90-100% of max HR. This is an all-out sprint, the maximum effort you can give. Your heart and lungs are working at full capacity, and talking is out of the question. You can only sustain Zone 5 for a very short burst, a few seconds to a couple of minutes at most. Training in this zone, such as short sprints or high-intensity intervals, develops your top-end speed and VO max, which is the body's ability to use oxygen during exercise. Zone 5 workouts, when used sparingly, can improve your cardiovascular fitness and power. They give you that edge. For example, finishing a run with a short sprint or doing very intense intervals once in a while can stimulate your body to get stronger. However, because this zone is so taxing, It requires longer recovery and isn't used every day. In summary, the lower zones 1 to 2 feel easy and mainly burn fat for fuel. The middle zone 3 is a moderate challenge, and the higher zones 4 to 5 are hard efforts mainly burning carbs and recruiting more muscle power. An easy way to gauge your zone without any gadgets is the talk test. If you can chat easily, you're in a low zone. If you can speak a few words at a time, you're in moderate to high zones. And if you can't speak at all, you're at your limit. Heart rate zones are personal. They depend on your age and fitness. For example, a senior runner will have a lower max heart rate, so their zone 2 might have a lower beats per minute range than a 20-year-old's, but in both cases, it will feel like a similar easy effort. The exact numbers are less important than how you feel. The key point is that by tuning into these effort levels, you can train smarter and get the most benefit without overdoing it. How training in different zones improves your health. Training across the heart rate zones isn't just for athletes. It directly benefits your health from head to toe. Different intensity levels trigger specific positive changes in your body. Stronger heart and lungs. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger with exercise. Running, especially in zones 2 and up, makes your heart pump more efficiently. Over time, your heart can push out more blood with each beat, so it doesn't have to beat as often. This often leads to a lower resting heart rate, a classic sign of improved fitness. In fact, regular cardio exercise can lower your resting pulse by 20 to 30 beats per minute, saving your heart millions of beats over a lifetime. A stronger heart and better circulation mean a reduced risk of heart disease and high blood pressure. Your lungs benefit too. As you do some higher intensity training, like zone 4 to 5 intervals, you boost your VO max, which is your body's capacity to take in and use oxygen. In everyday life, this translates to climbing stairs or doing chores with less huffing and puffing. You'll notice you don't get winded as easily because your whole cardiovascular system is more efficient. Better endurance and muscle fitness. Easier runs in zones 1-2 might not feel like they're doing much at the time, but they spur a lot of beneficial changes inside your muscles. In zone 2, for example, your muscles develop more tiny blood vessels, capillaries, and more mitochondria, which are the energy-producing factories in cells. This improves your muscles' ability to use oxygen and burn fat for fuel, a process called fat oxidation. Over weeks and months of consistent, easy running, you build a powerful aerobic base. Your legs can go longer before getting tired, and you become an endurance machine. Higher zones recruit more fast-twitch muscle fibers and can even help you maintain muscle strength and power as you age. For instance, adding short sprint efforts, zone 5, or hill repeats helps preserve those quick, powerful muscle fibers that we naturally lose with age. This can make you not only a faster runner, but also more capable in daily activities that require sudden effort, like lifting or catching yourself from a fall, important for older adults. In short, slow runs build your engine, and fast runs tune your turbo. Together, they make your muscles fitter and more resilient. Metabolic health and fat burning. Ever hear of the fat burning zone? That's basically zone 2. In lower zones, your body prefers to burn a higher percentage of fat for energy. Training frequently in these zones teaches your body to become efficient at using fat as fuel, which is great for your metabolism. It can improve your insulin sensitivity, how your body handles blood sugar, and help with weight management, since you're able to tap into fat stores more readily. On the flip side, higher intensity workouts, zones 4-5, rev up your metabolism in a different way. They burn a lot of calories per minute since they rely on quick-burning carbs and can lead to an afterburn effect, where your metabolism stays elevated for a while even after you finish the workout. Both easy and hard training can help improve cholesterol and blood pressure as well. Many runners find that as they stick with training, they naturally regulate their appetite and may reduce excess body fat. But even if weight loss isn't a goal, these metabolic improvements are happening under the hood, making you healthier. Stress relief and mental well-being. One of the best things about running in any zone is how it boosts your mood and reduces stress. Aerobic exercise triggers the release of endorphins, the feel-good chemicals in the brain that can create a sense of happiness or even euphoria known as the runner's high. After a run, many people feel more relaxed and upbeat. In fact, exercise has a unique capacity to exhilarate and relax, to provide stimulation and calm, to counter depression and dissipate stress, as Harvard Medical School experts put it. Easy runs, zone 1 to 2, often feel especially relaxing. You can lose yourself in the rhythm of your footsteps, enjoy the scenery or some music, and come back feeling refreshed as if you had a moving meditation. Hard runs, zone 4-5, while tougher during the effort, can leave you with a great sense of accomplishment and also release a surge of endorphins once you stop and catch your breath. Over time, regular exercise literally helps retrain your body's stress response. It lowers baseline levels of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and can reduce anxiety and improve sleep. This means you become more resilient. The ups and downs of life feel a bit more manageable when you've had your run for the day. There's also a social and confidence aspect. Running often improves self-esteem as you meet goals. And if you run with others, the camaraderie can boost your spirits. Long-term health and longevity. The ultimate payoff of heart rate zone training or any regular exercise is a healthier, longer life. By regularly getting your heart pumping in those various zones, you're protecting your body from many chronic diseases. Consistent aerobic exercise has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. It keeps your blood vessels healthy and can improve your good HDL cholesterol while lowering triglycerides. And let's not forget the brain. Staying active significantly lowers the risk of cognitive decline and dementia as we age. One large study of older adults found that even doing about 35 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity per week, that's barely 5 minutes a day, was linked to a 41% lower risk of developing dementia over several years. In other words, some exercise is always better than none, and more, within reason, is even better for keeping your brain sharp. Regular running can also strengthen your bones because it's weight-bearing, and improve balance and coordination, especially if you include some varied intensity and terrain. For older adults, this means a lower chance of falls and fractures and maintaining independence longer. Essentially, by training smart across heart rate zones, you're investing in a stronger heart, a more efficient body, and a more robust mind, the dividends of which you'll reap well into your later years. Even a brisk walk or light jog can do wonders for your health at any age. Studies show that staying active, even in small amounts, dramatically lowers the risk of health issues like heart disease and dementia in older adults. It's never too late to start benefiting from exercise. Slow and steady versus fast and furious, finding the right balance. When it comes to training, you might wonder, should I do long, slow runs or short, hard runs? The truth is both have unique benefits, and a mix of easy and intense workouts is best for your overall health and fitness. Think of easy runs and hard runs as two complementary tools in your toolbox. Easy, slow runs, zones 1 to 2, are the foundation. These should make up the bulk of a casual runner's training. Many experts suggest around 80% of your workouts should be at low intensity. Why so much easy running? Because it's where you build endurance safely and efficiently. Running at a conversational pace puts less strain on your joints and muscles, allowing you to go longer and recover quicker. You can accumulate more total exercise time and therefore more health benefits when you're not exhausted or hurt from going too hard. Despite the lower intensity, your heart and muscles are quietly adapting. You're enhancing your aerobic base, improving capillary density and fat burning, as mentioned earlier, and strengthening your slow-twitch muscle fibers. For beginners and older runners, these gentle runs are especially crucial. They let your body adapt gradually to exercise without overload. Additionally, easy runs are enjoyable. You're more likely to stick with running if most runs feel comfortable and fun, rather than like punishment. As one coach put it, keep your hard days hard and your easy days easy. Those easy days let your body absorb the fitness gains from the harder days, kind of like soaking up the goodness. On the other hand, hard runs or high-intensity workouts, zones 4 or 5, are like the spice in a recipe. You don't need them every day, but in the right amount, they really boost the flavor. or in this case, your fitness. Fast runs, intervals, or hill sprints challenge your body in ways easy running doesn't. They drive your heart rate up, which can lead to quick improvements in cardiovascular fitness and performance gains. For example, doing some short, fast repeats can increase your VO. Max, improve your leg strength and running economy, and help raise your lactate threshold, meaning you can sustain a faster pace before fatigue hits. High-intensity training also has time-efficient benefits. A 20-minute vigorous workout can confer similar or greater health benefits than a much longer moderate workout. It can help with building lean muscle and even bone density due to the higher forces involved. Moreover, conquering a tough workout gives a mental boost and teaches you that you're capable of doing hard things, which can increase motivation and confidence. However, here's the catch. More intensity is not always better. If you tried to sprint or go all out every time you ran, you'd quickly burn out or get injured. High-intensity runs put a lot of stress on your body, your muscles, tendons, and even your nervous system. They require longer recovery. In fact, too much time in the middle to high zones 3 to 5, without enough rest or easy running, can elevate your stress hormone levels like cortisol and actually decrease performance over time. You might feel exhausted, moody, or get frequent aches, signs of overtraining. That's why a balanced approach is important. Research and coaching practices have shown that doing a high volume of easy training combined with a small amount of high-intensity work yields the best results for both health and fitness, sometimes called the 80-20 rule, 80% easy, 20% hard. One training guide explains that about 75 to 80% of your running should be easy, and no more than about 20-25% should be hard. In practice, this might mean for a week with 4 runs, 3 of them are relaxed and 1 is challenging. Both slow and fast runs are useful in their own ways, so rather than picking one, it's about mixing them intelligently. Easy runs build you up, hard runs push your limits. Easy runs help your body recover and get stronger. Hard runs stimulate your body to adapt in new ways. By doing both, you get a double whammy of benefits: the endurance and fat burning from the slow stuff, and the strength, speed, and metabolic boost from the fast stuff. Plus, it keeps things interesting. One day you're enjoying a leisurely jog in the park, another day you're testing yourself with some short, fast repeats. This variety is not only good for your body, but also for your mind. It prevents boredom and keeps you motivated. To summarize this balance, most of your runs should feel easy and comfortable, allowing you to steadily improve aerobic fitness and stay injury-free. Occasionally, sprinkle in harder efforts to challenge your heart, lungs, and muscles to grow stronger and faster. By training smart, not just hard, you'll get fitter and healthier while still enjoying the journey. Structuring your weekly running for maximum health. How can you put this into practice? Let's talk about techniques and tips for structuring your weekly running routine, especially if you're a casual runner planning on 2 to 4 runs per week. The goal here isn't to train for the Olympics, but to improve health, feel good, and avoid injury or burnout. Here are some practical guidelines. Frequency. Find your sweet spot. For general health benefits, consistency matters more than huge mileage. The U.S. Department of Health recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, or about 75 minutes of vigorous exercise for adults. Spread out over a week, that could be, for example, 3 30-40-minute runs, or 2 slightly longer runs, and some other activities. If you're a beginner, start with maybe 2 runs a week and see how you feel. You can gradually increase to 3 or 4 days as your fitness and schedule allow. Remember, even 2 days of running per week can make a difference if you're consistent month after month. On non-running days, you can stay active by walking, cycling, or doing other low-impact exercise. It all counts. Easy runs, your bread and butter. Make sure the majority of your runs are in that easy zone 1-2 range, conversation pace. These runs could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on your fitness and time. For someone running 3 times a week, typically 2 of those runs should be easy. For example, you might jog for 30 minutes at a comfortable pace where you could chat or breathe through your nose. If you're older or just starting, it's absolutely fine to do a run-walk. You could jog lightly for 5 to 10 minutes, walk a minute when you need a break, then jog again. The key is that the effort feels manageable and pleasant. You finish the run feeling energized, not drained. These easy runs build your base and contribute hugely to cardiovascular health with minimal risk. As one coach quips, easy runs don't have a pace, they should just feel easy. If you can chat the whole way or enjoy the scenery, you're doing it right. Over time, you'll likely notice that your easy pace naturally gets a bit faster as your endurance improves, a nice sign of progress. Include one quality workout per week. By quality, we mean a higher intensity session to get you into the upper zones, 3 to 5 briefly. If you're running 3 to 4 times a week, usually 1 or at most 2 of those runs can be a focused workout with some faster running. There are a few ways to do this, depending on what you enjoy. Intervals. This means alternating fast segments with slow recovery segments. For instance, after warming up, you might run 1 minute fast, zone 4 effort, hard but not an all-out sprint, then 2 minutes easy, and repeat that cycle 5 to 8 times. Or you could do shorter sprints like 30 seconds hard, 1 to 2 minutes walking or jogging, repeated several times. If you're a beginner or older adult, your fast might be a brisk walk or gentle run, and your recovery a slow walk. That's totally fine. The principle is to spike your heart rate up for a bit, then let it come down repeatedly. Interval training is time-efficient and excellent for boosting fitness and blood sugar control. Just be sure to recover fully between hard efforts and after the workout. Don't schedule intervals on back-to-back days. Tempo runs. This is a sustained, moderately hard effort, usually zone 3 or low zone 4 for a block of time. For example, a 20-minute run where you spend the middle 10 minutes at a comfortably hard pace, one where you can say a few words but not full sentences. Think of it like a fast but steady run. Tempo runs help improve your threshold and make faster paces feel easier over time. They're a bit challenging but not as intense as intervals. Hills. Incorporating hills is a great way to add intensity and build strength. You might find a moderate hill and do a few repeats of running up, which will naturally push you into a higher heart rate zone, and then walking down to recover. Hills are fantastic for strengthening leg muscles and tendons with less impact than flat-out sprinting. Plus, as the saying goes, hills pay the bills for runners. They can improve your form and power. For a casual runner, one of these workouts per week is plenty to get health benefits. For example, your week might have 2 easy runs and 1 interval session. If you run a 4th time, that could be another easy run or a second lighter quality workout like a shorter tempo. Don't overdo the hard days. Even very fit runners typically limit intense sessions to 2 to 3 times a week at most. Your body needs time in between to recover and get stronger. If you do a hard workout on Tuesday, make Wednesday an easy day or a rest day. Longer runs. Optional. If you have the time and your body is handling the workload, doing a slightly longer run once a week or every other week can be beneficial. Long is relative. For one person, that might be 60 minutes. For another, it could be 2 hours. For health purposes, you don't need crazy long runs. But extending your easy run duration gradually, adding 5 to 10 minutes each time, can further boost endurance. For example, if you run 4x a week, you might designate Sunday for a relaxed, longer jog walk of, say, 45 to 60 minutes in Zone 2. This helps build stamina and teaches your body to be efficient over more time. Just keep it slow and enjoy the process. Maybe invite a friend or listen to an audiobook. Long, easy runs are also great for mental health. Many people find them almost therapeutic, letting the mind drift and de-stress. Rest and recovery. Don't forget that rest days are part of training too. Your body actually gets stronger between workouts as it repairs and adapts. At least 1 to 2 days a week should be rest or very light activity, like easy walks, gentle yoga, or whatever helps you relax. If you're feeling unusually sore or fatigued, give yourself permission to take an extra easy day. This is especially important for older runners who might need a bit more recovery time. Quality sleep and good nutrition will also help you recover faster and get more out of your runs. As the saying goes, you don't improve when you're running, you improve when you're recovering from running. Listen to your body. A heart rate monitor or smartwatch is a handy tool to gauge your zones, but you don't absolutely need one. Tune into your breathing and how you feel. The talk test never fails. If you're aiming for an easy day, make sure you really can chat out loud or at least feel boredom level easy effort. If it's a hard day, you know you're pushing sufficiently when talking is cut down to single words and you're mentally having to concentrate to maintain the effort. Also, pay attention to little aches or pains. If something hurts, don't be afraid to back off and cross-train or rest. The best training plan is one that avoids injury. Consistency over time beats a few epic workouts followed by burnout. Putting it together, here's an example for someone who runs 3 times a week. Week example, 3 runs. 2 days of easy running, e.g. Monday and Thursday, 30 minutes at conversational pace, and 1 day of a harder workout, e.g. Saturday, doing 20 minutes of intervals such as 1 minute fast, 2 minutes slow, plus warm-up and cool-down. The other days are rest or light cross-training like walking or cycling. In this setup, you accumulate roughly 90+ minutes of moderate exercise, which is already great for health, with a touch of vigorous effort on your interval day. If you run 4 times a week, you could do 3 easy runs and 1 hard run. If you only run 2 times, you might keep them both mostly easy to avoid overstressing, or make one an interval session and the other very easy. Adjust based on what you enjoy and what your schedule allows. The key is the balance: frequent easy runs for aerobic fitness and sprinkling of intensity for an extra fitness kick. And remember, even if life gets busy and you can't follow a perfect plan, any run is better than no run. Flexibility and consistency go hand in hand. Tracking your heart rate, for example, with a smartwatch can help you stay in the right zone. Here, a runner checks their fitness tracker during a workout. By keeping an eye on your effort, you can make sure easy runs stay truly easy and hard runs hit the target. A smart way to train. Motivation, mindset, and making running a habit. One often overlooked aspect of training in different zones is the effect on your mindset and motivation. Running shouldn't feel like a chore. When done right, it can be the highlight of your day. Here's how using various heart rate zones can keep you mentally engaged and motivated. Enjoyment and mood. Easy runs, zone 1-2, are typically stress relievers. Because you're not straining, you can relax into the run. Notice the environment, let your thoughts flow, or enjoy music or a podcast. Many people find these runs put them in a better mood for the rest of the day. There's a real pleasure in a comfortable jog, almost like an active form of meditation. On the other hand, hard workouts, zone 4-5, deliver that post-run endorphin rush. You might feel a tired kind of euphoria where you're proud of what you accomplished. Science shows exercise triggers dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which are natural mood lifters and can even alleviate anxiety and depression symptoms. By mixing easy and hard days, you get the mood-boosting benefits of both relaxation and exhilaration. One day you use running to unwind, another day you use it to challenge yourself. This variety can keep you emotionally satisfied and prevent boredom. Building confidence. Successfully completing different types of runs can significantly boost your confidence. For beginners, the first time you run continuously for 10 minutes might feel like a huge win. With zone training, you learn to pace yourself, which means you achieve small goals regularly, like I ran 30 minutes without stopping, or I did 5 intervals today. Hard runs especially give a sense of achievement. After sprinting up a few hills or finishing a tough tempo, you'll likely think, "Wow, I did that!" That pride carries over into other areas of life. Easy runs, while less dramatic, build confidence in a different way. They reinforce that running can be enjoyable, not painful. This positive association makes you more likely to stick with it long term. Over time, as your easy pace improves or you recover faster, you'll realize how far you've come. Turning what used to be difficult into something doable is a huge confidence booster. Habit and consistency. Perhaps the most important factor in reaping health benefits is consistency, making running a habit. Training in the right zones helps with this because it prevents the common pitfall of newbie runners, going too hard every run, feeling awful, and then quitting. When you know that most runs should feel good, and you allow yourself to go slow without guilt, you're much more likely to look forward to running. Zone 2 training especially teaches patience and enjoyment. It's easier to convince yourself to head out for a run when you know it's going to be a pleasant, low-stress effort. Meanwhile, having an occasional faster run in the schedule can actually spice up the routine and give you something to mentally engage with. It keeps things from getting monotonous. Many runners find that setting a small challenge, like an interval workout or a pace goal for a certain mile, keeps them motivated to train and adds a fun sense of purpose. Essentially, varying your intensities keeps your routine from becoming stale. The easy days are relaxing, and the hard days are like mini challenges. This interplay can make running feel fresh and keep you coming back week after week. Mental resilience. Training isn't just physical, it builds mental strength. On easy runs, you might practice mindfulness or finding calm in movement, which can translate to better stress management in daily life. On hard runs, you practice pushing through discomfort in a controlled way, and that can translate to resilience when you face non-running challenges. You learn the difference between good pain, the effort of hard exercise, and bad pain, and how to listen to your body. Over time, you also learn to trust the training process. You see that sticking to mostly easy runs does make you faster and healthier, even if it feels like you're not pushing 100% all the time. This can be a revelation, realizing that being kind to your body, running smart, not just hard, yields better results than constantly punishing it. It's a mindset shift that often leads to a healthier relationship with exercise. Social and support. If motivation is an issue, consider involving others on your runs. Zone 2 is literally called the conversation pace. It's perfect for jogging with a friend or a running group and chatting the whole way. This turns running into a social event, making it fun and something to look forward to. On tougher days, having a buddy or a group can help too. They push you to finish that interval, and you bond over shared effort. The camaraderie and accountability of running with others can greatly improve consistency. For older adults or beginners, a supportive group can make all the difference. You realize you're not alone in the journey, and you can share tips and encouragement. Even if you prefer running solo, sharing your progress, like celebrating that new personal best or just the fact that you ran 3 times this week, with friends or family can reinforce your motivation. In short, training in different zones helps keep your mind engaged and positive. By avoiding the trap of doing every run at a miserable slog, or conversely, never challenging yourself at all, you strike a mental balance. You experience the run as something that gives energy rather than takes it away. Over time, running can shift from being a workout you have to force yourself to do into a cherished habit, a time you get to take care of yourself, clear your head, or connect with others. That shift in mindset is perhaps one of the biggest health benefits of all, because once running, or any exercise, becomes a beloved routine, the positive effects multiply in every area of your life. Seeing results. How to gauge your progress. No fancy gadgets needed. When you train smart with heart rate zones, you'll start to feel the improvements in your health and fitness. You don't need a laboratory or expensive tests to know it's working. Just pay attention to some simple signs. Lower resting heart rate. As mentioned, one clear marker of improved fitness is a drop in your resting heart rate, RHR. Perhaps when you started, your heart was beating, say, 75 times a minute at rest. After a few months of regular running, you might find it's down to the mid-60s, or even lower when you wake up in the morning. This happens because your heart has become more efficient and stronger. Each beat pumps more blood, so it can beat less often. A lower RHR is linked to better cardiovascular health and often a longer lifespan. You can measure this by simply taking your pulse in the morning or using a basic fitness tracker. It's very encouraging to see that number go down. It's concrete proof that your heart is in better shape now. Faster recovery, heart rate, and breathing. Not only will your resting pulse decrease over time, but you'll also notice you recover quicker right after exercise. For example, when you first began after a hard interval, you might have been doubled over, panting for a minute. A couple of months later, doing the same workout, you might catch your breath in 30 seconds and be ready for the next interval. Similarly, your heart rate will drop more rapidly after a hard effort. This quicker recovery is a sign that your cardiovascular system has become more conditioned. It can respond to changes, exercise to rest, more efficiently. You might also notice that after an easy run, you feel pretty normal soon after stopping, whereas before you might have been flushed and breathing hard for a while. Improved recovery also shows up in how your legs feel. Maybe initially a 3-mile run left you sore for 2 days, but now you wake up the next day feeling fine or just lightly tired. That's progress. Everyday activities feel easier. One of the best real-world indicators of improved fitness is how you feel doing daily tasks. Perhaps you used to get winded climbing the stairs or rushing to catch a bus. Now you do it without a second thought. Carrying groceries, doing yard work, playing with kids or grandkids. All of these might feel easier because your endurance and strength have improved. You may find you have more energy throughout the day. Instead of feeling wiped out after work, you have a spring in your step. This general increase in energy is a huge quality of life boost, and often one of the first things people notice when they start exercising regularly. Your internal engine, thanks to Zone 2 training, runs more efficiently now, so normal activities don't tax you as much. Improved running performance at the same effort. Without getting overly focused on speed, you'll likely see your paces naturally improve. Maybe when you began, an easy run was a 15-minute mile, and that had you breathing a bit. After training, you might find that now a 15-minute mile feels like a gentle jog walk, and you can do a 12-minute mile at the same easy effort. In other words, you can run faster while still in Zone 2. This is a classic outcome of aerobic training. Your pace at a given heart rate gets quicker. If you track your runs, you'll notice those easy runs covering more distance in the same time, or your moderate runs feeling easier than before. Even if you're not concerned with pace per se, it's motivating to see tangible improvement. You might also tackle bigger hills or longer distances than you could initially. All these performance gains show that your muscles and heart have adapted. For beginners, these gains can be pretty rapid in the first few months. It's exciting. For older adults, you might notice improvements in balance and coordination too, such as feeling surer on your feet when walking or running on uneven ground, as your body becomes more accustomed to exercise. Better moods and stress levels. Another result that creeps up on you is a general improvement in your mood and mental health. Perhaps you notice you're sleeping better at night. Exercise can improve sleep quality. Or you handle work stress more calmly on days after you run. Your baseline mood might be a bit brighter. Many people report feeling more optimistic or simply more comfortable in their own skin when they maintain a running routine. If you started running to help with anxiety or mild depression, you might realize that your mind feels clearer and worries don't grip you as much as they used to. These are huge results that are not measured by a stopwatch, but by overall happiness. Clues from your body measurements. While health is much more than numbers on a scale or a blood test, you might see changes there too. Regular aerobic exercise can lead to reductions in blood pressure, if it was high, and improvements in blood sugar control. If you have a checkup after several months of training, you might impress your doctor with lower blood pressure or better cholesterol levels. Some people lose weight or inches from their waist as their body composition shifts. They burn some fat and maybe gain a bit of muscle in the legs. But even if your weight stays the same, your body may feel firmer or more toned thanks to stronger muscles. Clothing might fit differently. These changes vary from person to person, but they're all signs your body is adapting positively. Importantly, try not to get too impatient or obsessed with any one metric. Progress can be steady but slow, and it's normal to have ups and downs. Some weeks you might feel amazing. Other weeks running might feel harder due to poor sleep, stress, etc. The big picture is what counts. Over months, you'll be able to say, "Hey, I'm doing things now that I couldn't before." Celebrate those non-scale victories. Maybe it's running continuously for 5K, or keeping up with your grandkids at the park, or feeling less out of breath on a hike. Those are real, meaningful results of your training. And remember, progress isn't only about speed or distance. It's also about how running makes you feel. If you find yourself actually looking forward to your runs or noticing that you feel cranky on rest days because you miss running, that's a huge positive change too. It means exercise has become a rewarding part of your life, which is an achievement in itself. Sample weekly running plans for health and wellness. To tie everything together, let's look at a couple of sample weekly plans for a casual runner focused on health, not competition. These are just suggestions. Feel free to adjust to your own schedule, and remember that flexibility is okay. The idea is to illustrate how one might balance easy and hard days in a week while keeping the total workload suitable for someone running fewer than 5 times per week. We'll include considerations for beginners and older adults too. Plan A, 2 days per week, beginner-friendly. Tuesday, easy run walk, 30 minutes zone 1-2. Go out at an easy pace. If you're new, you might jog lightly for as long as comfortable, for example 5 minutes, then walk until recovered and repeat. Aim to keep your effort low. You should finish feeling like you could do more. This builds your base. Friday, steady run with pickups, 30 to 40 minutes, mostly zone 2 with a bit of zone 3. Start with 10 minutes of easy jogging. Then you can add a few pickups in the middle, for example, 3 times 2 minutes at a moderately faster pace, zone 3, where talking in full sentences is hard, each separated by 2 minutes of very easy jogging to catch your breath. These pickups inject a little intensity to stimulate fitness gains. Finish with an easy cool-down jog or walk for 5 to 10 minutes. If you're an older runner or not ready for running pickups, you could instead do 3 times 2 minutes of very brisk walking during those middle segments. Other days, rest or do other low-impact activities, cycling, swimming, yoga, etc. as you like. Even just staying lightly active, walking the dog, doing housework on non-run days will complement your running. Why this works? With 2 days, we devoted one to pure, easy aerobic exercise and one to a mostly aerobic run that has a small amount of higher intensity. This way, you're not overstressing your body, but you're still touching on different zones. It's beginner-friendly because most of it is easy, and the harder bits are short. Over time, you could increase the number or length of the pickups on Friday, or turn that into a more formal interval session if you feel up to it. Plan B, 3 days per week, intermediate casual runner. Monday, easy run, zone 2, 30 to 45 minutes. A conversational run. This could be 3-4 miles at an easy pace. You should be able to chat or sing a line of a song. The goal is aerobic maintenance and recovery if you did something harder over the weekend. Wednesday, interval workout, zone 4 to 5 intervals, zone 1 recovery, total 30 minutes. Warm up with 5 to 10 minutes easy. Then do, say, 6 repeats of 1 minute fast, roughly 90% effort. Think fast but controlled. You hit around zone 4-5 by the end, followed by 2 minutes of slow jogging or walking. Focus on consistency, not all-out sprinting. You want that 1 minute to be hard, but doable for all 6 reps. Cool down easy for 5 minutes. This kind of VO, max workout is time efficient and will get your heart pumping. Make sure to rest on Thursday after. Older runners, you can modify this to 30 seconds fast, 2.5 minutes slow, or fewer repeats as needed. The idea is the same, some bursts of high effort. Saturday, long easy run. Zone 2, 45 to 60 plus minutes. Do a longer duration run at a comfortable pace. Perhaps you cover 5 to 6 miles, or whatever long is for you, at a steady effort where you could chat in short sentences. This builds endurance. If you feel good and want to add a fun twist, you could throw in a few strides at the end, short 15-second accelerations, but that's optional. Alternatively, some people like to make every 4th week easier, cutting the long run down to ensure recovery. Listen to your body. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, non-running days. At least one complete rest day, e.g. Sunday. Other days could be cross-training, bike, swim, brisk walk, or strength training if you're into it, or just remain lightly active. Why this works? In 3 runs, we have 2 easy runs, Monday and Saturday, that accumulate a lot of aerobic time, and 1 quality run, Wednesday intervals, to push the intensity. The long run on Saturday not only boosts endurance, but also teaches the body to be efficient for longer periods. Great for health and burning calories. By spacing days, mon-wed sat, there's recovery in between, which is important. If Wednesday's intervals left you very sore or tired, you could swap Friday for the long run and use Saturday to rest. Scheduling can be flexible. The main idea is 2 easy, 1 hard ratio. Plan C, 4 days per week, advanced casual runner, Monday, easy run, zone 1, 2, 30 min. Tuesday, hard workout, intervals or tempo, depending on the week, 30 min. Thursday, easy run, zone 2, 40 min. Saturday, long run or moderate run, 60 min, mostly zone 2 with brief zone 3 segments. This is a bit more volume. For example, Tuesday could be a tempo run this week, and next week it could be short intervals for variety. Saturday's run could sometimes include a few moderate effort pickups, like 3x5 minutes at a marathon-ish pace in the middle, just to keep it interesting. Or it could be totally easy if you're feeling tired. With 4 days, ensure the other 3 days are restful or low impact to avoid overtraining. Note, these plans are just illustrations. Adjust the days to whatever fits your life, e.g., if you have more time on weekends, do long runs then. If you hate intervals, you can do hill repeats instead, etc. The content is what matters. Most days easy, occasional days hard. Also, always include a warm-up and cool-down around your hard efforts. A few minutes of easy jogging and some dynamic stretches can prevent injury and improve performance in the workout. For older adults or those who haven't run in a long time, start very gentle. Even just run, walking twice a week, and gradually increasing the running portions. Pay attention to any joint pain. Sometimes mixing running with low-impact cardio, like swimming or cycling, is wise to avoid overstressing knees or hips. The beautiful thing is that even this light training can lead to significant health improvements, as research on older populations has shown. It's truly about progress, not perfection. Conclusion: train smart, live well. By now, it should be clear that heart rate zone training is not about complex science or elite athletics. It's about tuning into your body's signals to get the most out of your runs. Whether you're 25 or 65, a newbie jogger, or a seasoned marathoner, this approach helps you train at the right intensities for your goals. Easy runs in Zone 1-2 build a strong, healthy foundation without wearing you down, and harder efforts in Zones 3-5 provide that extra push to make you fitter, faster, and stronger. When combined thoughtfully, they make a powerful recipe for health and well-being. The benefits of this balanced, smart training are profound. A more robust heart, lungs that can power you up life's literal and figurative hills, muscles that carry you with ease, and a mind that's calmer, happier, and more resilient. You'll find yourself with more energy in daily life, a spring in your step, and confidence in what your body can do. Perhaps the most rewarding part is when running transitions from a hard task to a beloved habit, a time you cherish for yourself. Smart training helps make this happen because you're working with your body, not against it. You'll avoid the burnout and injuries that come from overdoing it, and equally avoid the stagnation that comes from never challenging yourself. Instead, you strike a healthy balance that you can sustain for years. In the end, heart rate zone training is a tool to make your running both effective and enjoyable. By listening to your heart, literally, and mixing up your paces, you unlock better health step by step. So the next time you lace up your shoes, remember, some days go slow and smell the roses, other days pick up the pace and feel the thrill. Both are making you healthier, happier, and more energized. Enjoy the journey, keep it up, and watch as not just your running, but your whole life gets stronger and brighter with each mile. Happy running!